Hello everyone, it's Thursday again. It's Thursday and that means it's the Developer and Innovation Day. Wow, that's a bit ambitious to say. But it's again a stream here. Welcome guys. I hope you've had a lovely week. Actually 2 weeks. I don't think that we did a stream last week. Last week we had a content party. So we've released a new UI, the one that you could have seen in the stream for quite some time now, because I have had it enabled for about 2 months now, I think. But the good thing is that the UI is completely new. It should be much easier to work with. And let me actually check what we're using as. I don't think we're using actually any project from content here. So yeah, nice new UI. Why I'm talking about it is because we've released it. And we've had a party with a virtual pub quiz. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Some new stuff you learn about your colleagues. Yeah, so that was last week, and here we go again. Another Thursday here, and I can't believe it's been a week actually. Wow. But how was your week? Let me know in the chat. I'm here. Let me tell me what happened to you in the last week. It was Easter, right? So we had a long vacation. That was kind of nice. But here we are again. It's Thursday, and it's actually the end of Thursday here in Czech Republic. We're looking for Friday, the last day of the week, and Friday is Innovation Day, so I'll probably be working on something close to me. You see, lately I've been working with Vite a lot, because I think Vite is something that we will be seeing a lot in the future. It's really fast and makes the development really. It's really nice experience to be using something that runs just like that. Now you're looking at the site that we were building last time, but when we go back here in the code, I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger so you can see everything. When we look at this and I run npm run docs dev, which is the development command here, you see right away that you're not waiting for anything. You're not waiting for anything to build. You're not waiting for data to be downloaded, nothing. You just get the website server. It's running and you can just see the website right away, which is very cool. It's very fast. Last time we were looking at VitePress. It's alternative of ViewPress. Some sort of a documentation tool for Vue.js, and VitePress is a clone of it that is supposed to be working with Vite exclusively. So far we've gotten to this stage, which is not ideal, but we're gonna keep working on it. And just so you know, we're all on the same page. I'm gonna open the Gatsby starter content lumen. This is something that I use as a template. This is something that is already implemented on Gatsby. We have a live demo of this, so it's easy to see where we want to get and where we are. Yeah. So last time I think we were looking at the style sheets and actually getting some of the basic components laid out here. Now we have 1 hour today, 56 minutes now. So let's see how far we can get. Now you see I already have the website running. We're looking at the VitePress site here. I got 2 components that are currently rendered on top of layout. So that was actually a new thing for me last time. VitePress actually goes the same path as, or uses the same path as GridSum. It's not, or it is configurable, but it prefers the standard way of doing things. So it's opinionated. Yeah, it tells you how to do things by default, and then if you want to change something, you can do it. But by default, there are some conventions that you need to know, and I didn't know them last time, and I don't think I know them now. But we'll see how far we can get. Yeah. So layout.view under folder docs VitePress not components but themes or theme. Layout.view is automatically used as the layout, which was new to me. Yeah, so that's good to know. And here we have one sidebar component. So this is the way how you need to register components in Vue. So we're having one component here that is in components/sidebar, and we're having it here. Now the content component is some sort of a router outline, like you know it from, is that Next.js? I think it's Next.js. So this is something where each, child page will render its content. I actually remember the first time I saw this this concept was with ASP web forms. But back then we called it, I don't know how it was called, but it was component as well. Yeah, I think it was master page and child page, something like that, some names like that. Yeah, so that's that. And we were looking at sidebar. And the sidebar had a photo of actually a colleague of mine. This is a colleague of mine. And it had some additional content here. I think this was as far as we got. Like you see, I commented out these two components. So this was probably as far as we got. Now let's try to continue with this. And I think last time we got stuck on the style sheets. You see that it's not looking ideally. Let me just make this, there we go. Just on half of the screen. Console seemed to be empty or blank, so that's good. But the styles are still not there. Now I want to see how are the styles compiled actually. So here they are, style. So there are variables, breakpoints. Yeah, I think that this was coming from my style sheet somewhere. But let's see how we're referencing it. So we're looking at layout.view. And that references the assets.scss/init.scss lang sas. And I think that is correct. So init.scss is importing everything else. So that should be all right. That's importing variables, mixins, base, and pages. I think variables is what we were seeing there. So variables, here we go. Colors, obviously this is not going to be, oh, there is one extra line break there. This is probably not going to be rendered, but we should see the comment there probably. Let's take a look. Yeah, so here we got variables, breakpoints, margin, padding, everything. So those are the variables. Then we go to mixins, and that goes to breakpoints. Yeah, I think that this is again something that should not be rendered, which is correct. Not rendered here. The first thing that is rendered is HTML, and we got normalize CSS. I don't remember having it there, but maybe I just forgot. Oh, here it is, base/normalize, so there it is. Okay, now a lot of stuff that is just normalizing the way how the browser displays it. So this seems to be all right. So we got the document. This ends with, what does it end with? Hidden. All right. Forms, restore, blah, blah, blah. Where is the hidden? All right, there it is, hidden. Display none. Then we got generic. So I'm just trying to find where the problem is. So this was the normalized, then we got generic and highlight. So generic, that ends with a mixin, which will not be there. But maybe something like dot content, we can find that at least. Okay, how do we? Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this because it's not full. Yeah, you see the 3 dots in there. There are 3 dots here. So I'm just gonna, okay, we can try to edit as HTML. And I'm gonna try to find it. Scripting, body. I'm just gonna copy this over to a nicer editor, like this one. So we were at forms. No, I'm just looking where I was last time. It was hidden. Something like hidden. There it is. All right, so here we were. Then we got the generic. That's this file. Perfect. And we can hopefully find something like the content. .content. .content. All right. .content inner. .content lost column. Okay, so we're here. Perfect. So this works. Generic works. Then we go to highlight. I think that was the last one from base. Yeah, highlight. So highlight has a few of these things. The last one is token.entity. Token.entity. And this is interesting. So the last thing that we have here is tags. Or tags and categories then. So pages, tags and categories. Okay. But do we have that here? Oh, okay, here it is. So tags and categories. So this works well. It's actually everything is there. So I might be missing something from the original repo. Let me see. So we have all these assets here. SCSS, init. So this is the original template that I'm looking for, right? So import pages. I just want to check. Tags, categories. This should work. So why is this page nice and this page looks bad? Let's check the image, right? So the image has class sidebar author photo. Okay, let's check here. Sidebar author photo does have a border radius. So where is that defined? I don't think it's on component level. Let me see. Just to be sure, I'm going to check the component. So this is Gatsby site, so it's quite easy to navigate. So we're looking at sidebar. Oh, okay, now that makes sense. So there is a style for each component. Now that makes total sense. All right. So we're probably going to just copy this thing. So this is sidebar, right? And we're working on sidebar as well here. And each view component can have its own styles. So I'm just going to put it here. But we have to say that the language is SASS. Oh, this is actually not SASS. This is probably SCSS. And we're importing one level up, which will be here and then assets. So we got one extra here. Okay, let's try this. Oh, look at that. Now this looks much better. So now we finally have it round. And everything else looks much better too. Let's actually have these two next to each other. So we can, all right. Now author is obviously should be John Doe. So this is cool. Perfect. All right, so we can move on with the other components. So this is working. That was quite easy. Let me just make this nicer. There we go. So that was the first component. Okay, let me just close everything here and start over. So layout has the sidebar. And in the sidebar, we need to do the menu thing. Menu thing, all right. Now I'm just gonna go back here and copy the menu code. Now obviously we're gonna have to turn it into view, but I just like to use it for reference. and to get actually the HTML frame in there or HTML markup in there. So I'm just gonna save this, and I'm gonna do the same thing with style. See everything here. So perfect. So now I got the style in place. Of course, we're gonna have to fix this. And then we need to turn this obviously into view syntax. So that's just a template. We're just getting the menu items from this props data. So I'm just gonna omit that for now. And we're actually doing some mapping here into list items. So we're gonna do the same here, but we're actually gonna do it in a different way. So we're gonna do v4 item in menu, and we're probably gonna have to process the data somehow here. You know, make it available. So we don't have anything here, not anything here too, but here, this is what I'm looking for, right? We need the computing part of the view component. So this is what I'm looking for. Now, by default, the code should be template, script, and style, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not. So this should be good. We're not using any components here. But we're definitely going to need properties. So we're gonna return menu items. And key is going to be item.id. Now I'm just copying that stuff from here. I assume that's gonna be the same. And then we can just continue with the links here. Yeah, I think that here we were just using the standard anchors. Let me see the view bar, sidebar. Yeah, we were using just a single anchor element. And we're gonna use the class name from here. And a link will be to the, okay, so the link will be bound and will be to item elements slug value. If that actually starts with slash, it's gonna be nothing. Otherwise, it's gonna be. Oh, okay, so this is the prefix only. All right, let me fix that. So I'm just gonna use the JavaScript. I think we can do it this way, can't we? This should be valid. Item, okay, but we need to do this then. Item slug value starts with that. And then we need the actual slug. Perfect. And then we have some active class name here. Not sure how we do this in Vue, so I'm just gonna omit it for now. Let's remove this. And here we're gonna do item elements label value. I think that's fine. And the end of the link. And of course we don't need this. And we need to wrap it all in a nav class name menu. There we go. Now we need to get the menu items somehow here. Let's check how it works here. So the menu component is filled by the sidebar. And the sidebar is getting the data from data query to content. All right, so now maybe this is the time where we install the content SDK. Let me actually copy it from GitHub. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Not sure if we actually need RxJS. I'm gonna try to do it without it. Oh, come on. All right. So what we can do is set up menu items. That doesn't seem right. I think that there's supposed to be a return here. And we're gonna fill the menu items here. And I'm not sure if we can actually make this one async because we're gonna be getting data from a remote server. So let me check. I actually have another project that I use as a reference that is built with Vue 3 and is running on top of Vite. That's this one. And what I'm looking for is just check. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, so the setup function here, as you see it, it's supposed to return data for the template. Yeah, so this is what we want. And we're gonna create the delivery client. So this is correct. Let me see if we can actually make it async. That's what I missed. I'm not sure if I have it anywhere as async. This doesn't even have one. Let's actually try to Google for it. Vue 3 setup async. Well, apparently I looked for it in the past. Oh, I think this was it. Your component async setup looks fine. So we can do async setup. And to use async setup in a component, the parent component must use that component in a suspense tag. So that's what I'm looking for. So this is going to be async. And wherever we have the menu, that's right here, we're going to use the suspense. And now just pray it works. What we can also do is get the data on the level of the sidebar, which might be actually better, and pass it along as a bound property. So let's do that actually. And then we need to get the data. We're not gonna get the data here, but we're gonna use just the prop. So let's see, Vue 3 component props. Yeah, so this should be just another thing in the list, like next to setup, right? So we're in the menu, so we should be able to say props. And we are looking for menu or menu items. Okay. And then we just need to provide it this way. Let's try if it works. So not data, but menu items equals menu items. And we have to, obviously we have to build this list. and provide it. Yeah, and we're not doing that here yet. So I'm just going to add the script section here. I'm just going to copy this one there. Now we can do this in TypeScript as well, just do lang is TypeScript. But right now I'm working with JavaScript only, so I'm just going to keep it that way. We don't have any props here in this component, but we are looking for getting the data in async setup. Now we've changed this to be async here in the sidebar, which means the menu can be sync now. And we don't need the suspense tag here, but we need it on the parent. Right, so we can save this, and wherever we use the sidebar, that's here, we use the suspense tag. Perfect. Okay. Now we got the sidebar, menu items. I'm just gonna comment this one for now and focus on the menu. I don't think that we have that component anywhere. So I think that we're also gonna need to import it. Oh. Import menu from menu.view. I think this is the way how we did it, right? Where did we use? Oh, here it was. Import sidebar from .view. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're good here. And I think we need components here. There it is. Perfect. Now we got the menu items here, so we obviously need to do menu items to be something. And we need to fill that. Yeah, so first we're gonna do delivery. We're gonna create a new delivery client. We can do this, or we can copy this from here. So TypeScript and ES6, that's what we wanna do. But you only want the delivery client, right? So I'm just gonna keep the import limited to delivery client. We don't need anything else. Perfect. And we want to instantiate the delivery client. So that's this piece of code. So new delivery client. The only thing I need to provide is the project ID in this case. And I'm going to find just the project that I need, which is Gatsby Lumen. Let's use this one. I think this one should be safer. Okay, we don't need any type resolvers. And we're fine this way. And menu items, let's take a look at what we expect to be there. So you see here, where is the menu component? Here it is. So data equals menu. So we're looking for a menu variable. That is data content item menu. And that's right here. So it's this GraphQL query. Yeah, so we need to convert that into the SDK call. So we're looking for one item that is a codename navigation menu. So let's try to build this. So delivery client dot items, or actually this is just one item with codename navigation menu. And then we want to get the menu items and its value. So we want to do depth parameter to 3. Let's set it up to 3. We'll see what kind of data we're gonna get. And then we can adjust it. We can also minimize the query and all those other things. So you want to wait for the data. And that item. So we're gonna get the response right here. And the menu items will be response So how do we get the elements? Yeah, it probably can't get elements because it doesn't know what kind of elements we have. So we might need the type resolver there, guys. But you know what? Let's check what we have there. We're just gonna keep this an empty array, and we're gonna see what's in there. Let's see. Okay, we got some error here. Let's check. So error, all right. Yeah, we need the RxJS, okay. Let's install that then. Okay, let's run this. Okay, no such file directory. Open node modules. Canticle, content delivery, lib index. Yeah, that's not there. Okay, let me try to get this from /esnext. But he's not liking it. So I updated the dependencies, but it's still not doing anything. The server responded. All right, that's an old message here. Okay, so he's again complaining. Let's try and run it again. Okay, no error here. Nothing displayed here. Menu items is not defined at menu.view. All right, that's my mistake then. Menu.view at number 18. Yeah, props menu items is not defined. Props menu items, here it is. Menu items is not defined. Okay, let me check view 3 and props. You want every prop to be a specific type of value. All right, maybe we need to define what kind of data it is. So this is gonna be an array of things. So do we want it this way? Probably. Now let's see. Okay. This is index page. On line 21 now. Here it is. All right. So how do we use the props then? Passing static or dynamic props. Passing an array. Okay, we need to use this apparently. But am I using the view3 docs? There used to be a switch. But it should be v3, so that should be fine. But maybe we don't even need to return it. What if we just leave this out completely and we just use in this props menu items? Cannot read property menu items of undefined. All right. So maybe just this. Now this is always a try and fail. All right, now this is much better. So this seems to work well. Let's see console. Yeah, we got content item 2. Oh, we got menu items here. Look at that. So that's the element we're looking for. And we got item code names. This is the modular content. Let's see how it's actually modeled. Okay, I think this is the one that we're getting, right? Let's check the code name. Navigation menu, so this is the one. So menu items is a modular content, that's fine. And we are actually getting item code names. So this is fine. But when we go to value, all right, so when we go to menu items dot value, we get all the content items that we're looking for. So we don't want to iterate over menu items, but we want to iterate over the content item that we got, dot menu items. So what we want to do here, not in the menu, in the sidebar actually, where we are getting the data, we want to start building the menu items here. So it's going to be response.menu items, because the response is already the content item, right? So maybe we can call this menu root dot menu items. I'm just going to return here an empty array for now. Can I do that? I can't do that. So menu items dot value. Yeah, that's this array of these 3 content items. So that's what we want to do. And then return it here in here. Now in the menu, we're going to iterate over the menu items. That's fine. And each item will not have elements. But if we need to get, like we're trying to get item.id, for example, or we're trying to get item.slug. And elements is something that's really specific to Gatsby and GraphQL. So we don't have that here. So we're gonna need to change it. So this is the item. So the ID will be system.id. So item.system.id. And the link of the item will be item.slug.value. Item.slug.value. Starts with item.slug.value. And the same with label. Item.label, because you see here, this is the item, this is the label here. Label and value is articles. Perfect. And I think we're good to go. Let's save this and let's check if it works. Okay, some mistake there. Response is not defined. In sidebar probably. Oh, there it is. All right. But I don't think we need this one anymore, so I can just delete it. Okay, there it is. The output isn't working though. It's probably because I made a mistake here. I think it should be double brackets, right? Yeah, there it is. All right, so now we got the sidebar working. About me / contact. So this works. What about, I think I created one page here, didn't I? Oh, what's still wrong here? That's not a problem here. All right, we already have the About Me page here. Yeah, so what I can do is just click on it and we see About Me. Nice, so we got the articles and About Me pages, both. Now, we're probably gonna have to fix the styles here as well, because we only have the init.scss, but I think that there are some other styles here too. So let's go back here into components layout. Oh, there is no style here. Okay, then let's check if we have any styles on the page itself. No, nothing here. So where is that style? Yeah, this is what I don't like about, having styles right near components, because it's hard to find if there is something. It's obviously not here. Yeah, I don't know where to look for it. Maybe menu. Menu has a style, but we've already added that, I think. Yeah, we've done that. And it's quite weird that the layout doesn't have its own styles, to be honest. Sidebar 40 I don't know. I don't know, to be honest, but let's not get caught up in this and let's move on. So the next component in line is, and let's make that one quick. We have 17 minutes. So sidebar, what was the last one? It was links, right? Links. Links, and let's call that links is author. Now this should be quick. So we're gonna need to create here. I don't know what the author actually stands for, so let's check the sidebar again. So this is again looking for a content item with codename author. So let's do the same here as we did before. Oh, dclient. Was that author? Yeah. And let's see what we need. We need the system ID, and we need all the elements. So no need to do deep. This is all that we need. Yeah. So we're gonna do dot item again and just return it here. Okay, now we're probably gonna have to create that component, right? So I'm just gonna copy menu here. Let's call that links. Props is going to be author. Did I call it author? Oh, this should be sidebar with a capital S. All right, here we go. Links, I called it links. That is author. All right. I'm just gonna make it consistent. And links, let's say it's gonna be an array. I'm not sure it's gonna be an array though. But let's try to leave it as it is. We can always return a list of elements, but we will need. I'm just gonna do any here. Can we do that? Or object? Because we're gonna need to return content item because of the ID. Yeah, right. The ID is in a subobject called system, and we're also gonna need to get all the elements. So we'll see if object works. So those are the links. And now I'm gonna get from GitHub, from the old implementation, I'm gonna get the markup. So this is the sidebar. We're looking for links. Oh, here we have a style. So let's copy the styles first. There we go. Okay. And then the markup. All right, I'm just gonna take the whole thing. Copy it over. Now we know that we need only the markup, right? Don't need any of this stuff. And there is, okay, so I'm just gonna change the class names because in Vue we don't need that. And make this a bit nicer. All right, now what we need, we have that available as this props links. So we're just gonna do it. All right, I'm just gonna remove this because this one, I actually can't leave it. It's not bound to any dynamic data. And here we need the actual item. So ref is going to be bound. And we're looking for twitter.com/ and this is not links, but it's item dot. Then it's probably going to be links, Twitter, and value. Because otherwise we could get a code name and other things. Like we could even do this. Like make this one bound and bind it to the dynamic data, like item, links, Twitter. Not value, but code name. I think we could do that too, but this is a bit more straightforward, I think. And it might save some computing time because it's not bound. So that's that. Target is blank. We can leave the rest as it is. Okay, and let's do the same with everything else. This is again going to be item, or not item actually. Sorry, I'm making a mistake. It's this dot links. This, or is this props? How did we do it here? This menu items, only this, not props, this links. This dot links dot GitHub dot value. Again, just gonna make it bound. Then this links.vk.value. So see, this is just changing the syntax from JSX to view. This links email value. Oh, this was correct. And the last one here, oops, Telegram. This links Telegram value. Perfect. And we should be done. Links is author and author is this. I'm just gonna do a quick check here to see if we really get the right data. Let's see, undefined. Okay. Yeah. I forgot to promise. Let's see it now. All right, now we got the data in here. So you see we got the system ID, and then everything else is just here. So GitHub, VK, Twitter, and in the value, we got this. Yeah, currently here, we got everywhere crosses or sharps. Is there something that would be filled? No, apparently not. But that's probably because we have that in here too. Like when we look at author, there should be just one. And everything is just a cross, you know. Let me fix that. Just gonna put some dummy data here, like my Twitter, my GitHub. Oh, this is a dummy. My GitHub is just Ondrabus. But let's publish this. Yep. And see if we get some other data. And then we can display it here. I think that should work. Links, object. That should be fine. So let's try it again. Content item. There we go. Ondrabus minus GitHub. That's fine. But why don't we see? Oh, maybe we see the icons, but we don't have the font icon, the icon font in there. So this is the links object. Okay, now I know what the problem is now. I forgot to import it in sidebar. So you see we're importing menu, but we're not importing links. And we need to define it here as well. Okay, now we got something. Cannot read property links of undefined. Cannot read property links of undefined. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I forgot item here. That should be this, of course. Now there we go. We don't have the font there, but you see the links are rendered correctly. So Twitter is correct. Although the styles don't seem to work well. Hey, we need the font in there, I think. Let me check what's the status on that here. So we got a CSS here. We got a font in place. But how did we import it? Here. Oh, so we just imported this style sheet. Let me do the same here. Or try to do the same. I don't know if this is gonna work. But we can always try, right? Is that gonna work? Oh, there it is. Well, that was easy. So now, okay, so now we see the links are working correctly. Now, of course, we could do like VIF on all those elements. We could do like here, we could do VIF. This links GitHub value. And of course, now this is gonna pass because there is a sharp sign, right? But let's try to change the GitHub content to nothing. It's gonna create a new version. So let's remove that and publish. So when it's empty, it shouldn't display anything, right? Because it doesn't make sense to display something when we don't have the login there. Oh, it's still, how come it's sharp there? There is no content here. Let's check again the console. Oh, this is, all right, this is a different website. My mistake again. All right, so now the GitHub icon is hidden. Yeah, we only see where we have data. All right, well, I think that's it for today. We got 2 minutes left. Yeah, but we got the styles in place. We got the data from the headless CMS. Next time, I want to look at how to generate pages. If that's even possible, I still don't know if it's possible to generate pages here in VitePress. But so far, it looks good. It's almost the same experience as with normal view. So we'll see. I guess we're going to take a look at that next week. How to generate some pages and see if we actually need to create the markdown files here for every single thing, like I did for about me and index, or if we can handle this somehow dynamically. So I don't see any questions. So let me know if you have any questions. You can also visit our Discord. You will find the link to it at okay, not this one, but the Kentaco Content Delivery SDK GitHub repo. You're gonna find the link to Discord right here somewhere. Here it is. So feel free, if you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord channel, ask anything there, and I'll see you again next week. So enjoy your weekend, guys. Enjoy the next week, and I'll see you on Thursday. See ya.